Martin Jr. with a 15.850 as the fastest driver on the track in that first session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. James, you got the track record there handy?
No, I do not, but I'm getting my cards in order. So you're doing a great job.
Well,
you go right ahead there as the second group. How about Chad Green coming up here in the 88 car? First time ever in a super late model, right? Out of Flemington.
Not
He's run a crate. He's run a crate.
He's run a super before, but it's been a few years. So
this is a brand new Longhorn for the 88 car. Flemington, West Virginia driver.
That is correct. He had that car and was going to run it at our Castrol FloRacing Night in America show at Tyler County a few weeks ago. Didn't quite have everything ready. Good to see him here in action this weekend. There's the big show, Robbie Hensley in the 21-8, the Walton, Kentucky driver and two-time Florence Speedway track champ. Who is calling me on a Saturday afternoon while I'm on the air, James? Potential spam. I bet it's something about my car warranty. Tyler Carpenter, the two-time Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals champ in that Eisner-powered Kryptonite race car, the 28 rolling down the front straightaway. Coming off turn number 4 is the 25, the now reigning Mars late model champion out of Bloomington, Illinois. It's the high-side hustler, Jason Fager.
Which is more annoying, waiting for data or potential spam?
Yeah, both. There's one of the drivers in the Championship 4, James, the driver of the Lazy Days RV, C&W Trucking Red Oak Pub, number 99, the Double Down Motorsports Roger Sellers entry. That is Devin Moran out of Dresden, Ohio, in one of the drivers going for a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Championship here tonight. He'll be followed by the driver of the number 20, a 4-time Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion. That is Jimmy Owens, 2012 Dirt Track World Champ in that Reese Monument Boom Test Well Service Kohler Motorsports entry. Boom Briggs on the racetrack going down the Max straightaway. He's out of, that is not Boom. That's his teammate Max Blair out of Centerville, Pennsylvania, the 4-time ULMS champ in the 111. A couple other drivers on the track in this second session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. A good look at Dwayne Chamberlain right there behind the wheel of Sut Tristan's number 20 TC. Shannon Babb on the racetrack as well. There's a good look at Shannon Babb. And the Diamond Grove Seed Petrov towing number 18 out of Mowequa, Illinois. And just behind him, and we just got passed by Tyler Carpenter, Tyler's dad, Fred Derby, out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, the fastest ponytail there in the C4.
You know, Devin Moran and Hudson O'Neill trying to make history. Their fathers have won this race.
Yes, they have.
One time, trying to become the first second-generation driver to win this race.
Jimmy Owens, quickest driver in the second session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps with a 16.000. Well, knock on wood,
that would be
James.
16 flat.
That would be 16 flat, yes, it would. It's a great looking,
awesome.
Yeah, in memory of Freddie Smith, one of the decals handed out there. Carson Ferguson running that same rat bin that he ran here at the World 100 last month.
And guys, you talked about Max Blair in that set. You see Carson Ferguson on your screen. Max Blair, of course, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series this season. We will salute him later. $20,000 from O'Reilly Auto Parts and another $20,000 in products and different awards. So over $40,000 he's picking up for being this year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year. And that's the good news. The bad news, a couple sprinkles trying to fall here at the Big E.
And another thing, Ben, on the year next year, and I've already had some inquiries, it will be $20,000 to win it again in 2024. So
awesome.
Drivers have something to look forward to in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series as we are still in this group of hot laps and for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
And through the caution flag there for just a lap or two, get him back going again. By the way, still 3-3 in the second quarter, James.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
Playing Woody Hayes ball. They're just running the ball, right? Everybody's running the ball.
Run it till it don't work anymore. By the way, they're still making their way in, but I was very, very honestly, I was very surprised with the number of campers here whenever I rolled into.
Hello there. It's not going to be. But the weather conditions pretty doggone good. We appreciate it. And there's a lot of first-timers here. I talked to some fans last night from Canada. Oh, yes.
Oh, Mike.
He is on it fast. Freddie Carpenter and that Kryptonite Vision right now at 15.986 for the driver in the C4 out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. Jimmy O in second there in dirt draft hot lap, 16 flat, and then 16.185 for Devin Moran.
About that. Good for Freddie Carpenter, man. That's awesome.
Well, the last time he was here, remember what happened? Did he not win? He did win the, can we say it? The 50-50?
I think it's punch an hour.
We really couldn't say much that night, but he did.
He did?
Yeah.
There we go. That's two drivers that have won the 50-50 here.
Jimmy Sharp Jr. and yes, there you go.
Next, how's your note cards? Are you good now?
You go right ahead.
Okay.
I'm trying to do steel block and Lucas Oil at the same time.
Yeah, because you're doing both. You're calling the steel blocks.
I'm calling the steel blocks.
Good for you.
I'm calling it right now. We're going to do it.
Oh, Tim McCready is on the track. The first driver leading out this next wave of dirt draft hot laps. He's finishing this race was second last year. Driver of the Paylor Motorsports, number 39 out of Watertown, New York. Also on the track, James, Mike Bargo out of Corbin, Kentucky. It's become somewhat of a staple here at Eldora the last couple years in the big crown jewel events. Good look there at the 316. A few other drivers on the track right now for this third session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Austin Kirkpatrick, originally out of Ocala, Florida, in the AK Race Cars number 11. And our favorite sponsor, James, Barbarino's Pizza, Race Engines, and Asian Spa.
He told me he had to get 2 engines fixed from the world, so he just finally got one of them back this week.
Well, I hope they toss a pizza in with it, too.
Well, absolutely they do. With sausage, cheese, what else would you have on yours?
30. Yes, I'm a very...
Oh, by the way, I did go to the Whistle Stop Tavern for the first time last night.
Oh, yeah.
And I had, with Linda and I, and we had some gentleman come up and paid for our meal.
Oh,
and I want to thank him.
Cool.
I'm not sure who it was.
Nice. That's awesome.
That was awesome, and we bought a couple T-shirts.
That is cool. We saw, well, there's the 8, Brian Shirley. He's had a couple really good runs here at Eldora this year behind the wheel of that race car. Shirley 4th at the World 100s a few months ago. If we can go back, if we can get the 20 RT who's just in front of the 8 on the racetrack over in turn number 4, one of the Championship 4 drivers, it is Ricky Thornton Jr., James, coming into this event with 36 total wins on the year, the driver of the 20 RT. He's the 2021 Dirt Track. He's the only driver in the Championship 4, James, that's won a Dirt Track World Championship. He's the only driver in the Championship 4 that has won a race at Eldora in the month of October as well. The 20 RT, Ricky Thornton Jr., one of the other drivers on the track for this session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Carson Ferguson there in the 00. I see Nick Hoffman on the speedway behind the wheel of the Tide Touring Racing number 9. G.R. Smith out of Charlotte, North Carolina in the 22. And those are the drivers on the track. Tanner English also there. There's Tanner English out of Benton, Kentucky. And the Viper Risk Management number 96B, currently 8th in the World of Outlaws Series point standings. There's Nick Hoffman in the number 9, another World of Outlaws regular, comes to the event 6th in their series standings. He made the Dirt Track World Championship. He's made it one time back in 2016. Ricky Thornton Jr. right now the fastest in this session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps with a 1.6203. And just as we say that, Tim McCready goes to the top of the leaderboard with a 1.6061. And there's a good look at the driver of the Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, UNOH, ArmsList.com sponsored number 39 Longhorn of T-Mac, Tim McCready. And Brian Shirley ends up going fastest with a 1.5845 on that last lap. So Brian Shirley, again, who's had a pretty good year this year, especially at Eldora Speedway.
Remember, that car's been good. He was leading a heat race in the Dream, right? And had to cut down a tire. And then, as you mentioned, a top 5 in the World 100 here just, 40 days ago. It seems like. But, man, glad to be back here. Love it, love it. Thanks to Tony Stewart, Jerry Gappins, Carl Short, everybody involved. Oh, man.
If you look, James, check out the puddle down there. Check out that puddle down on the inside of the racetrack. You can see raindrops falling right now. There's Mason Ziegler out of Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania in the 25Z. Another driver has had a couple good runs here at Eldora this year. 5th in the Dream, 6th in the World 100 for the driver of the Green Lane 25Z. A few other cars that are on the track for this session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. The 16 is Decorah, Iowa's Tyler Bruning. Made this race back in 2020. Driver of the Skyline Motorsports car. A few other cars on the track. The 28 Dennis Erb Jr., former Dirt Late Model Dream winner. Oh, no, the 187. I missed Dennis Erb. There's the 187 of David McCoy. Dennis Erb in front of him in the 28, the Carpentersville, Illinois driver. There's a good look at David McCoy. There's a good look at the 28 of Dennis Erb Jr. In the middle of turns 3 and 4, at Clark Lake, Pennsylvania, driver we talked about a few minutes ago.
Michigan.
Or Clark Lake, Michigan. What did I say?
You said Pennsylvania, which
well,
is
close, yeah.
Yeah.
Not really,
I think,
but
was it
originally.
Maumee, Ohio? Wasn't
Maumee,
it?
yeah, which
Maumee.
is just outside Toledo.
There you
right?
go.
So Brian Ruhlman, a former track champ, in the 49, making his way down the front straightaway, coming off corner number 4. Out of Athens, Ohio, in the Precision Automotive number S8, Chris Stotts. People skills, they call him. People skills,
Only
Chris
second
Stotts.
race of the year.
He ran,
Can you believe that?
He ran Florence earlier this year as well. Actually, just a couple
I think he
months
ran
ago.
at Atomic a week or so ago,
Okay.
but get back into the swing of things next year. Be doing some more racing.
There's a good look at Mike Spatola, former Fairbury Speedway track champion in the 89 out of Manhattan, Illinois. Ricky Weiss behind him. Originally out of Headingley, Manitoba, Canada, now out of Monterey, Tennessee. Ricky Weiss in the Sniper chassis there in the 7. A few other drivers, Austin Smith out of Rome, Georgia, there on your screen in the 11. The 63 of Terry Rushlow out of Holland, Ohio, behind him. And in the middle of turn number 2 right now in the Bruce Kane Racing 15K, James, it'll be little sexy Cody Overton.
I believe he's the only driver doing double duty. He will also be in the Steel Block Late
Yes.
Model Series as well. They've got 64 entries, as we mentioned here tonight. They'll be having 6 heat races as well.
And guys, right now, just kind of rolling the racetrack, sealing it a little bit. Randy Weaver, sprinkles have got a little bit harder, and right now, you made the observation when they're packing the top and you see what? It tells you how wet it is?
Well, it just, when you can see the tracks of the cars like it did earlier today when the pack trucks first started, you know you've got it pretty wet. But, you know, one thing I wanted to point out, even with the guys early that hot lap, the speeds and the times, I mean, all these guys can't charge the corner. They got so much grip. Every one of them's too tight, but the track was also too wet to really get aggressive, and they still clicking off some fast times. So if this thing does get ironed out, I'm telling you, that track record might be in jeopardy, and as long as it stays pretty smooth, you know, where they can get around the corners. But it just surprised me that the times was that quick and nobody really was 100%.
Well, we've seen track records during the day or before. Unfortunately, guys, the sprinkles are picking up. They're getting more solid. If it gets any stronger, they're probably going to send these cars to the infield, and we're going to have to restart dirt draft hot laps. Again, buckle up. Could be a long day at the Big E.
All right, well, thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, there it is indeed. We see drops falling just a little bit harder on what is already very honestly, a very, very, very saturated grounds in Eldora Speedway here. Again, I mean, we had to cancel everything yesterday or postpone it. We had to cancel everything, or the track canceled everything on Thursday. It has been a cool, wet weekend here, and I think you said it best. We got really lucky for about 2 years in a row with this event, of course, with Raceway Park. But for 40 years before that, this was the exact same weather that we had.
Exact same forecast.
It's either Pittsburgh, wherever.
Right,
you know?
right. It's either sunny and 40 or snow showers and, you know, whatever. But, I mean, that's just...
Sunny, 40, and snowing, all three.
Yeah, we've seen it. We've seen it.
You know, you joke, but when the sun was out, we got up this morning, and Michael Rigsby was giving me a hard time at the condo because I put on 3 layers of clothes and sunblock. And I said, only the Dirt Track World Championship. Do you need all that?
That's right. That's exactly right. You saw a little bit of the mist there in the trees off the background as well as drivers continue to pack this racetrack in.
They're actually bringing them to the infield, guys. I think we're going to wait this one out for a second.
Well, ladies and gentlemen here on the grounds, and those of you watching at home, we're going to go ahead and step aside as they have indeed, as Ben mentioned, pulled the cars to the infield. And as we get updates, we will pass them along to you. Again, those of you watching at home, we're going to step aside. It could be an extended break. We'll try to throw a graphic up on the screen for you. May even come back a time or two and keep you updated. Currently under a rain delay with the 43rd running of the General Tire Dirt Track World Championship here.